Everybody, aloha, namaste. I'm in beautiful Quartzsite, Arizona. Just rained a lot last night and the night before, and I'm enjoying some sunny skies, and we're going to be doing a lot of activities and workshops and performances, and possibly some baptisms while we're out here, some fire baptisms. And thank you for joining. If you're joining, appreciate you. Want you to notice ignite and unite. And I really want to talk this week about perspective and remaining open even when there doesn't seem to be a solution in sight that is in harmony with higher principles. I've had a lot of big lessons myself. I've grown a lot in the past week, a lot. And my faith and trust in the universe has grown so much, and my faith in myself to be still and to listen and to wait until opportunity presents itself that is in accordance with higher states of being, and having to consciously choose out of anger and frustration and doubt, and actively choose out of that by focusing my attention elsewhere and not giving it energy. And I just want to point out that there's always a possibility, and that we are so powerful, you guys, and that I'm all about igniting that spark inside of you. And as the Church of Flames, we accept all belief systems, all religions, because our main focus is our relationship with ourselves and exploring the self, exploring how I work and how I work with others. And if I can come to understand that, and I can come to embody full unconditional love for myself and full trust for myself, then all of a sudden I'm not looking for it in the outside world. And if others are doing that, then the same happens, and we can connect on deeper levels. And this church, everybody that's built it with me, thank you. There's been so much work that has gone into creating this organization, and countless hours, countless revisals and rewrites and writing and thoughts, and just so much work and energy. And I'm so grateful to be right here, right now, with it built and the structure in place. And we're still building and growing. We're just starting, even though we've been doing this for a while. And this church is based off of the flower of life, the seed of life. Everything in the church is designed off of sacred geometry, because all of life is designed off of sacred geometry. And in it, there are 6 seeds. The 7th seed being the center, which is the board of directors. And each of these circles is a seed. And they're aspects of life and modalities of like celebration and connection that I feel can change the world, that I feel moves culture and inspires and uplifts and celebrates our creative nature. And so thank you for whoever sent in all the hearts. Thank you. Thank you. Because it really is. And that's what we're sparking. That's what we're igniting inside, is your divine potential, your divinity, regardless of what life looks like now, regardless of what judgments and shames and traumas that you're holding on to that are keeping you down from shining so bright. That's what we're here to do, is to ignite that, create a spark that turns into a flame where you're being your most raw, authentic, beautiful, powerful being of light that you can be. And then you just keep on taking it higher, and we start connecting, and we start taking it higher, and we're supporting one another instead of tearing each other down, and we're creating spaces that are safe to be vulnerable in, and vulnerability starts being celebrated. Human creation starts being celebrated. We are divine beings, and we deserve to be celebrated. We deserve to celebrate ourselves. We deserve to be able to say, I love myself wholeheartedly, and mean it with every bit of your being, because every bit of your being deserves that love. And the societies that we have been growing up in all around the world has lost touch of that, because we keep shaming each other and judging each other and pushing each other down instead of lifting each other up, because we get scared. We become afraid. We have judgments that are thousands of years old that we're holding on to traditionally. We have perspectives that are based off of those judgments, so we're only able to see what we're aware of. And we're all about bringing alternative solutions and other things to take a look at the self and expand your own personal awareness. We're not here to tell you what's right, what's wrong. We're here to provide innovative solutions and ask people to come together with us to provide innovative solutions in a sacred space where everybody is safe to be their raw, authentic self. And if you are called to that, I highly recommend that you start connecting with us, start participating. I would send you to our website, but our website is currently down because we can't afford to fucking pay for it. But that's okay, because I know that the money is coming, and I know that as long as I keep on moving forward, people are going to gather. And the more people that are gathered, and the more people that are operating from a space of love and total in service to humanity, where we drop our egos and we are working together with a common goal. That's powerful, because it's not about the ego. It's not about the me game anymore. We are shifting paradigms, and we are calling people together. We are calling people to come explore the self, yourself, not myself. I'm doing my own exploration, and I will share, and I will provide opportunities to take a look at things that I feel could greatly expand your own self-exploration. I can tell you what has worked for me and what I believe, but I'm not asking you to adopt my beliefs. I will say, here, check this out. And if you check it out and it resonates, awesome. If you check it out and it doesn't resonate, awesome. We can even have a conversation about it and tell me all the things that and then if I listen, then all of a sudden I can become aware of a whole other way of looking at things. But if I judge you and say no, then I'm automatically shutting you off. Or if I already know that I know, then I'm shutting you off instead of being open. And so there is all types of ways that we can learn to be open to one another in new ways. And there is all kinds of ways that we can start relating to one another in new ways. And I know that the world might seem like it's really chaotic right now. But then you have full control. You can come sit down, take a few breaths, and spend some time going inside, and all of a sudden everything's peaceful. And that out there doesn't really make any difference to where you are embodying in this moment of now. And the more people that are taking time and space to do that, the more centered and grounded we are, and the more we can connect with each other on more grounded levels where we're actually listening to one another. And so, for those of you that are unfamiliar with the Church of Flames, we are a 501c3 religious organization, and we are developing and exposing practices for our members to really start embodying being the change you want to see in the world. That's and turning people on to taking a look at what makes you special, introducing things like human design and the gene keys and astrology and the I Ching and sacred geometry to the world. And if you're already familiar with those things and you resonate with those things, then you probably want to reach out and connect with us as well, because my end goal is world peace. My end goal is the human race coming together, united as one, oming and all across the world together on November 4th, 2040, which is when the moon, that it's actually going to be between 3 days, and we haven't chosen the date yet, but the world coming together and oming, united as one, saying we are the human race and we are one and we are abundant because we are working together. Man, there doesn't need to be any war. There doesn't need to be any homeless people. There doesn't need to be anybody without clean drinking water. There doesn't. There's absolutely no reason for it. We have the technology right now to fix that. Easy. It only takes us working together. We have the technologies and resources to do that right now. I'm going to say that again. We have the technologies and resources to make it so that everybody on planet Earth has clean drinking water and a roof over their head and are safe and secure and have food to eat. We can do that now. And the rate at which we can do that now is determined by our ability to come together and drop our egos and make that our common goal. That everybody on planet Earth has their basic human needs met. That want their basic human needs met. We're not going to force anybody to have their basic human needs met. But I am inspiring a ripple effect that creates everybody having their basic human needs met by November 4th, 2040. Because if everybody has their basic human needs met, we're having much different conversations on planet Earth, because the current system is based off of scarcity, judgment, fear, and shame. And if you look at the sign, divide and conquer. It's very easy. Divide and conquer. We've been divided for thousands of years. We have been conquered, unknowingly to most people, for thousands of years. And what it takes to be truly free is for us to unite, for us to come together, for us to let go of greed, for us to let go of our judgments and our pain and our shame and start transforming these energies. Start processing them and working through it and transforming them into higher states of being, higher energetic vibrations. Everything in the universe is vibrating, and everything has notes in which are in a higher octave, a higher plane, a higher vibration that are in harmony with them. And every choice that we make, every thought that we hold or entertain has a vibration. And that vibration is creation. And we are collectively creating. We're collectively creating everything on a physical matter. Look at all the structures we're building all over planet Earth, all of the scientific exploration, we're creating massively on planet Earth right now. Massively. And now we're creating with artificial intelligence, making it even faster. We are creators, but we're also creating with our thoughts. Because not one of those physical creations was ever anything before it was an idea, a thought, something in the imagination. None of it. So, nothing man-made anyway. So, what are we collectively thinking about? What are we personally thinking about? What am I offering to the collective in the cauldron of my mind? What am I offering to the universe in the cauldron of my mind? How often am I being conscious and aware of my thoughts? And am I currently in the awareness that I have full control over what thoughts I choose to entertain? And I have full control over how long I choose to feel something. And I can feel, it's such a blessing to be able to feel. How often am I checking in on a daily basis? How many times in a day am I checking in to see how I feel? Is that how I want to feel? Well, shift my thoughts and shift my feelings, shift my reality. And the more of us doing that's true accountability. Am I choosing to get pissed off? Am I choosing to take something personally and make it about the other person and getting in reaction mode where I want to tear somebody's head off? Or am I taking that in, seeing that it's a reflection of something inside of me that gravitated that towards me, and how do I process, transform this energy? How do I create the most beautiful, fair experience so that I can uplift this person that I might have conflict with, and make sure that I'm treating him truly or her truly how I would want to be treated if I was in the same situation. And not how I magnificently treated. Because we all have the opportunity to step up and show up for each other in that way at any moment in time. And the most important thing is we have that opportunity to step up and show up for ourselves at any moment in time. And that's the most important thing. It is absolutely 100% A-OK. In fact, in the best interest of the collective, for you to take some time out of your day and dedicate it to giving yourself some love. It is absolutely 100% okay for me to take time and space in my day to give myself some love. And I can do that just by putting my hands on my anywhere you want to love. And just love. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. And this is something that we practice on Love Fest Day, which happens once a month. I will tell you the next Love Fest Day in my next live video. And I'll give you plenty of time and prep to prepare for it. But Love Fest Day is where we really encourage our members and community and friends and loved ones to go out and just spread a little extra love across the planet, because it happens once a month, and it's when Venus crosses or when the moon crosses Venus, and we're all just a little more open and receptive to love on that day. And to my knowledge, I want to give credit where credit is due. To my knowledge, it was originally coined by Christopher Witecki, who is an astrologer that I've followed ever since YouTube came out and has deeply affected my life. And I thought that this was a beautiful way to celebrate Love Fest Day, was to do at least 3 sets of 3 I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, and then receive it and feel it, right? And taking some time and space out of your day to really do that. Make sure you take some time to do something that you love. And reaching out to 3 people that have deeply impacted your life and telling them how much you have appreciate and how grateful you are for how they've impacted your life, and sharing that with them and having a conversation just from a space of gratitude. And 3 either well thought out acts of kindness or random acts of kindness. And the more people participating in Love Fest Day, I don't know if anybody's seen the movie Pay It Forward, but it has a similar effect. Just imagine all of those people just spreading love, and starting with themselves. Yeah, because if you give yourself love in the morning, I give myself love every morning. So one of the first things that I do. You're not needing it from outside sources. You're not looking for validation or to validate your worth, because you already know your worth. You already and people find this uncomfortable, and that's okay. You're among most of the rest of the fucking planet, because we've been taught that it's not okay to love ourselves, that it's not okay to give ourselves pleasure or reward or take time for ourselves, or hey, why don't you go do what you love? That has not been a traditional thing that has been said in too many societies across planet Earth over the last couple thousand years. But here I am saying it. Go do something you love, please. And do it often. And make a daily practice out of it, or at least a weekly practice out of it. Give yourself time and space to do what you love. Yes. And so I want to explain each of the seeds, because they're each so important and so equal in importance. So FLAMES is an acronym, the Church of Flames, and it stands for fire, love, art, music, equality, and sustainability. And fire is one of my favorite things. There isn't a single fire that has ever existed that didn't transform something. And that's what we're here to do, is transform energies. We're here to be stuck as long as we want in cycles until we collectively or personally choose to transform them. And we don't need to be stuck in the same cycles anymore. We've been circle, circle, circle stuck for a very, 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 very long time. And we have the technology, the knowledge, the wisdom to step out of these cycles. We don't need to perpetuate them anymore. We don't need to keep on going round and round and round in the same victim, hurt, judgment, shame, pain, revenge cycle. We don't need to be in scarcity. We don't need to be in fear. One of the most important things ever said to a populace: there is nothing to fear but fear itself. 100%. In my opinion, that was one of the greatest things ever said to a populace. And the more you pay attention to that, and the more you remind yourself that fear is an illusion and you don't need to entertain it, because by entertaining it, you are creating it. And you can shift out of it by shifting your thoughts. And consciously shifting your thoughts into the direction of things you love, things you appreciate. Gratitude. Gratitude is the key that opens that door. Start focusing on things that you're grateful for. And even if you have to really look around to start finding things to be grateful for. As soon as you start focusing on it and you keep that focus, all of a sudden, all of these things to be grateful for start blossoming out from that perspective, because you're holding your focus there. The same is true if you focus on what you're afraid of, or what you're shameful of, or judgments of another. And you keep on finding what you're looking for. And so, which way do you want to shift? Which way do you want to feel, first of all? And then, which way do you want to focus your attention so that you continue to feel that way? Or so that you begin to feel that way? Because if you begin to feel that way and you keep your focus and attention there, or when it strays, you refocus your attention, then all of a sudden you find yourself feeling the way that you want to feel. And from that space, you can probably create the things that you want to. And you can probably be in a space where you can be open and receptive to receive the things that you want. So, fire. Fire is very inspiring. People are drawn to it. It's one of the things that set us aside. It's, in my opinion, where real communication really started happening with tribes and people gathered around a fire. And there's actually a thing called the flicker effect that affects the mind and is very close to where R.E.M. starts. And that's the flicker of the fire is bouncing in and out of those frequencies. And that's why you feel the way that you feel when you're around a fire. We as human beings have a deep connection to fire that's really old in time, because, as far as the human race goes, we have an intimate connection with fire. It's really what set us apart from the rest of animals to begin with. It provided safety for us. It provided warmth for us. Fire is powerful. And it can also be very destructive, right? There's always parallels. But we have a deep relation in ourselves with fire that's generational, that even if you've never sat in front of a fire ever in your entire life, there is something inside of you that resonates, that is drawn to it when you see it, when you feel it. So I really believe fire and fire spinning and flow arts really has a huge effect on perspective, on where people are coming from, because we're pretty right hand dominant, and so we're very dominant in one side of the brain and not in the other, and we tend to greet people with our right hand, at least in Western culture, and this is our masculine nature. So I recommend this as connecting with the other hand, starting to make a feminine receptive connection, or a hug, heart to heart. And there is no right or wrong, but we start connecting differently. We start utilizing, if you've ever wanted to get into flow arts or fire spinning, I highly recommend it, because it does so much for the mind, which in turn does so much for the rest of the body, including your perception and what you're able to see, because you're not seeing things with only one eye open. You're seeing things with two eyes open from a heart space. And that's a completely different set of possibilities that you can see. And if you don't, try walking around with your non-dominant eye open and the other one closed for a while, and see how much of your perception is missing. So, highly recommend getting into flow arts. If there's a toy that calls to you, or something, even if your toy doesn't exist yet, create it. So, yeah, fire and flow is definitely I feel, and it's a great way for people to connect and unite. And one thing I've noticed about flow artists and fire spinners is they're always elevating each other. They're always pushing each other to take it higher, and they're always cheering each other on, and they're always showing up for one another, and it creates community, and it's very beautiful. Hi, Aaron. I'm so glad that you're here. And then we got love. I feel like love is the most powerful force in the universe, in my opinion, that I'm aware of. It sure does feel good. And we as human beings can spread that feeling, and we can embody that feeling as much as we want at any moment in time. Wow! Talk about power. How many of you are utilizing it? Let's take it higher. Let's start utilizing that power, because love is powerful. Unconditional love is powerful. And that is where we're loving people that we might have previous had judgments on it, but we're not viewing things from the space of judgment. We're viewing things from the space of love, and allowing them to be where they're at and loving them there. Yeah, thank you for the hearts, because I totally, yes. And, that creates real transformation right there. Huge amounts of transformation. How many of you out there have done something that you totally felt bad about, and you acted in a way that you have a lot of self-judgment about yourself, and you're holding shame about how you chose to act, and then had somebody come up that you felt real like maybe you even hurt, and they chose to love you anyway, and they chose to hold space for you to learn and grow. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, thank you so much, because I really just learned all of this. And they choose to, like, we can assist one another in elevating just by holding loving space. And that doesn't mean I need to agree with your choices or support your choices, but I can hold loving space. And I can love you right where you're at. These things are so powerful and so transformative. Yeah. So, and also learning to love ourselves more. And really, I think that the more you love something, the more of a possibility to become attached to what the thing that you love looks like, and how that love shows up in your life, and the reciprocation of that love. And we become attached to it, and it's like the thing that, like, oh no, I don't have that in my life anymore. And all of a sudden we step in. It's really easy to step into deep sorrow and sadness and longing, and it's because of the attachment to it. And is that really what you want to feel? Because you can feel it for as long as you want, and I have felt that many a time. But it's also a choice of how long we want to feel that, and how long we want to be attached to whatever it is that we're attached to, and how quickly we want to let go and step back into love and loving the self, and not needing that outside source, and not needing it to look a certain way in order to be whole and complete inside and yummy. So the exploration of love, the seed of love, is very powerful and can definitely impact the world in a very positive way, just like the seed of fire. And then we come to the seed of art. And art, man, I can't remember what famous artist said it, but he's like, society follows art. And if anybody wants to tell me who that artist is in the comments, please do. But it's so true. And art is the act of creation, and creating something that other people can view, take in, and have an opinion of, have a piece of art affect them however they choose to have it affect them. There's this relationship with the creation of art, of the viewer and art, and what the viewer's able to see in the art, perceive in the art, and how that art makes you feel. And art definitely can hold lots of secrets. There's things, like, yeah, art is creation. Creation is art. And it's rather not where you find it beautiful. It's rather not, it entices thoughts. Have you ever seen controversial art? There, people have a wide perspective of opinions on the appropriateness of it or the meaning behind it. Art is such a beautiful thing, and it's something for us to celebrate. The act of creation, the act of uh, godlike creation, because we're creating on where all of a sudden you have this artistic creation. God is obviously much grander. His creation's much more expansive. But that's what happens in microcosms and macrocosms. That's what happens in fractals. And what I'm saying is that you are powerful, and that you are a powerful creator, and that you're creating at all moments in time. And we're all creating, and we're all equal. And so then we move into the seed of music. And we actually call this the triple M or the quadruple M, music, movement, and mushrooms. Yeah, I'm it's another thing that has really set us aside in the mind, whether people want to be aware of it or not. And you can have whatever beliefs, it's fine. But we are part of a much grander mycelium network than we can imagine. And as above, so below. And music moves us, right? And there's music that moves me, and there's music that doesn't move me, or it moves me away from it. And we all are affected differently by music, right? And music is audible vibration, and vibration is creation. And movement is such a gift, and such a gift of expression, of self-expression. And there's a lot of doubt and like different triggers in a lot of people around movement, and having fixed beliefs on what that should look like. And so there's a lot of people that are really scared to dance and just feel the music and move however they want, because they feel like it needs to look a certain way, and they don't meet that expectation within themselves. And that's okay. It's totally okay. But it's also okay to just release that and play. And just move. And love yourself through it. It doesn't need to look a certain way. So, music really has the ability to touch all cultures, break through all language barriers, and just really connect people, right? And definitely something to celebrate. And then we move into the temple and the seed of equality. And it's about realizing that we are equally divine. We are equally important. We are equally talented, have our own gifts, but they're all very unique to us. And that we're all part of this super special, unique web of balanced creation and expression of something far greater than us. And there's no way that I could even possibly fully understand what is so much greater than that I am a part of. So I would be full of shit to try to explain it to you, because it would just be my teeny tiny perspective. But I can embody it. I can be it. I can inspire it. to all of my equal brothers and sisters across this planet. You are all equal. You are all divine sparks of light. You are all beautiful beings with the power to create, the power to think, the ability to feel. You all have it. We are all equal. We are all equally unique as well. And there's been too much time and energy, thousands of years trying to be better than the other and push each other down to feed my ego so that I can feel okay, so that I can feel better about you, or better than you, right? No. Let's quit playing that game. That game's stupid. It's been being played for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Let's quit playing it. The truth of the matter is you are super special. And let's discover your uniqueness. Let's spark that, whatever it is inside your heart that only you know what it is. And maybe you don't know what it is yet. But you know what? If we provide space and inspiration and we cultivate that together and we start looking at, all of a sudden you'll find it. And then you'll probably find something else that's even, and you'll discover all kinds of beautiful things about yourself that are super unique. And if we're utilizing each other on this level and we're able to now have this awareness where we can start seeing our brothers and sisters on the planet in this new light, where we are cultivating and lifting each other up and utilizing each other for collective gain, not personal gain. And we're just elevating each other. That, yeah. And so, the temple, the seat of equality, the temple of equality in the church is so important because it's changing that perspective now by giving us the ability to slowly walk through different self-exploration modalities and ways to just start taking a look at ourselves. And rather the gene keys or human design or even astrology, rather any of it resonates with you or not, I invite you to take a look. You can only really form an actual opinion if you take a look. And an honest look. Because if you just like glance over there and that doesn't resonate, that's not a look. But if you dive in and like, holy cow, wow, I had no, that makes so much sense. All of a sudden you give yourself permission that you're okay just the way you are. In fact, you're perfect. Wow. What a life-changing moment that is. And it all happened because you took a look. And you could take a look and take a deep look and be like, I looked. That didn't resonate. Cool. I haven't seen that happen yet. But I'm open to all possibilities, and I know that I don't know. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I do. Because you have your own unique perspective, your own unique everything. And I honor that. And if we start honoring each other where we're at, and we all start really taking a look, and we all start fucking taking accountability instead of judging others and playing the victim fucking predator game, and we start, then everything around us starts blossoming as well. It just does. So then we move to sustainability, the S in flames. And that's a big one because the current system that we're using in the current situation of things and the current everything is not sustainable at all. And I think most people on planet Earth can see that. And if not, I honor them. And that's okay. But for the people that do see that, it's time for us to come together and take a peaceful stand by just choosing to create with one another, choosing to be open to one another and create solutions that do work. We don't need anybody's permission to do that. All we gotta do is reach out. All we gotta do is say, hey, let's work on this. And so with sustainability, that's a vast seed that encompasses everything from alternative building techniques and materials to alternative agriculture and personal gardening to alternative energy to alternative everything, really. We really need to start thinking outside of the box. And there's a lot of people out there in this world thinking outside of the box and really expanding things. But the more we work together, instead of playing the me game, the more sustainable and the quicker we can create a sustainable planet. And I personally believe in world peace. I personally believe in love. I believe in my brothers and sisters on planet Earth. I believe that we can easily reach out to one another and grab each other's hands. I believe that we can have dramatic impacts on planet Earth just by being your raw, authentic self and loving yourself and loving your friends and family and taking it higher. Because if the world starts changing very quickly if we start actually doing that. And hear my voice. I am calling on planet Earth and the human race on planet Earth. Connect. Let go of your shit and step into a space of openness and love. And it starts with self. So, the Church of Flames, fire, love, art, music, equality, and sustainability. We are still in the beginning stages, even though we've been doing this for like 5 to 7 years, depending on what aspect of the starting point you want to look at. But here we are, and everything's set up, and we're ready to rock, and we're ready to really start making a significant impact on multiple levels on the planet and with our brothers and sisters on planet Earth. So if you want to get involved, please do. Right now you can find us on Facebook and Discord. And our website will be up as soon as we raise some money. So if you would like to donate, please do. It is a tax-deductible donation. We are a 501c3, a nonprofit organization, so you can write it off on your taxes. There is a PayPal QR code on pinned to the top of the Church of Flames Facebook group. And I will provide that in the description of this video later. If you'd like to get involved, reach out. Highly recommend starting out and checking out the Temple of Equality. It's a good place to start. just because Aaron, who is the president of the Temple of Equality, the Seed, is providing a step-by-step gentle walkthrough, so that even if you have never even heard of human design, never heard of the gene keys, never heard of astrology, never heard of the I Ching, never heard of, we can walk step by step into understanding these systems and how they overlay, and how and what your special imprint is, and for you to take a look, to be able to take a look and see whether or not it resonates, see whether or not you learn something about yourself. Highly recommend that. And in between, I would just like to say, remember that you are powerful. Remember that you can take a moment before responding, definitely before reacting, and that just to really, the golden rule is, it's the golden rule for the act. It's pretty golden. If you treat others the way that you want to be treated, it's usually pretty good. But how do you want to be treated? And put yourself in anybody else's shoes that you might have conflict with, and hold them in that space, how you would want to be treated. And yeah, I also feel deeply inspired to announce a new practice that I'm really going to encourage from here on out, and that is, considering my end goal is the human race coming together across planet Earth by 2040, I think it's really time we start practicing that. And then we just allow it to grow bigger and bigger and bigger organically by whoever is called to start joining together. And so I'm going to encourage that on every full moon, we start up gathering in different locations, parks, people's houses, friends. Start gathering with your friends, with your families, with your loved ones on full moons, and grab each other's hands, however many people are with you, and 9 times to the full moon. And if you want to take it a step higher, if everybody there, if you can inspire everybody there just to be 9 sets of I love myself. I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. Yeah, it doesn't have to be 9, but 9's a great starter, right? But if you can encourage your friends and loved ones to gather on full moons and love yourself, receive that love, hold each other's hands, and collectively at the moon 9 times. That is our new practice. That is what I am putting out there. If you would like to join that and start doing that, please do. I'm going to start promoting that everywhere I go. And, after the 9th Om, if you guys want to howl at the moon, please do. And if you want to howl at the moon before you do 9 Ohms, please do. It doesn't have to look a certain way. What's important is that we're coming together to love ourselves, and we're loving ourselves in front of one another, right? And we're receiving that love in front of, and then we're gathering and collectively holding hands united, oming, utilizing our being as a vibrational instrument of vibration creation. That's powerful. And we'll let that grow and ripple out, and the more people that get involved and continue this practice will start gathering in larger places, and with the end goal of the entire world coming together November 4th, 2040, all across the world at the same time, collectively oming. And in order for that to happen, everybody's got to be in a space where they feel like connecting with the rest of the planet, where they feel in harmony with their brothers and sisters on this planet, which there's going to have to be a lot of healing and a lot of transforming of negative energy and a lot of solutions created in between now and then for everybody in the world to feel like grabbing somebody else's hand and being united, because there's a lot of pain out there right now. There's a lot of judgment, there's a lot of crime, there's a lot of shit, but we don't need to focus on that. And we are powerful when we start focusing on this and then connecting with other people that are focusing on this. And that's what I invite. So, I am extremely grateful. I'm extremely grateful for you joining me this week. And I would like to end this week with an invitation to do 3 sets of 3 of I love myself. And if you're not where you can say that, I encourage you to do it anyway. You might find that by the 9th one, you're feeling like, yo, actually, I do love myself. And if not, start out with, I am worthy. I am beautiful. Okay? All right, let's do this. Let's put our right hand on our heart and left hand on top. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. Deep inhale. Exhale. Another inhale. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. Deep inhale. Inhaling that love. Exhale. One more inhale. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. Another deep inhale. Exhale. Another deep inhale and put your left hand on your heart. Exhale. I gratefully receive this beautiful divine love for myself now. Deep inhale. Feel that. Feel that love through every cell of your being. Have a beautiful week. I'll see you next Wednesday at 3:33 Mountain Standard Time. Bless you.